Hello everybody! Welcome back to another wonderful episode of our Titans Fest episodes of D&D. Now, there's a tradition here. Theodore, take it away with a recap.
So, basically what happened was, we went down to Underdark, we did the Underdark things, we did the do, we snuck in incognito.
So I just want to rewind a little bit. We did the do.
Yeah.
Which do did we do?
What did we do?
We did the do where we done the sneaking in to the
sorry.
Underdark.
Yes.
Keep up.
I thought you meant the Mountain Dew.
No. No, you goober.
Wasn't that their slogan at one point? Do the do?
What the fuck
Maybe.
are you on about?
I mean, I don't remember.
That's the swear word first. There we go.
That's true. This one is
Wow.
demonetised.
Doesn't matter, because the only slogan I remember is Meo de Noche, the night of mayonnaise. Ladies and gentlemen, mayonnaise, Sir Hellman's has sponsored us.
See, you
Now a night. And thank you.
So that's your recap. Sorry, take it away. Continue.
Alright, so we snuck into the Underdark Palace. We were like, hey, where's Oscar? And they were like, oh, he's down there. Okay. So we wandered down. And then we were like, oh no. He's been captured, imprisoned, tortured. Where's Moral Teller?
Well, that was a yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Worse! Worse. Dead. Multiple times dead, actually.
Yeah,
Got brought back and we're like, oh.
She's fine now.
She's fine now. Okie dokie.
Probably not emotionally, but
No. But there was an amazing healer on standby who just so happened to snatch her back for the ring of death. You're welcome. You're welcome. Thank you.
You're welcome.
What?
it's on trend now, guys. We can sing the whole song.
Okay, guys, it's not copyright. We'll be fine.
The second one's just as good as the first, I'm sure.
I haven't seen it, but I can only imagine good things.
Oh god.
So,
Mr. The Rock is such a good singer. We should quote him more. Sorry, continue, Theodore.
yes, quite. So, we started sneaking through.
No, not Nigel.
Nigel Stan.
Not Nigel.
Ladies and gentlemen, you see, I've actually got a prop for salesman.
Oh my God.
We started sneaking through the Underdark.
Wait, why is it good?
Well, it's what good? We started. Oh yeah, you haven't heard it in person, have you?
No.
You might have. I know other people.
You
have.
might have.
You might have.
I know other people have.
He's a very sleazy man when he's Nigel.
We started sneaking through the Underdark. We found Oscar, bloody blah, you know that. So
Ah,
essentially what happened was we found, oh no. So Nido distracted the guards. We went in, Tiso got a bit of that lock picking. Tiso got a bit of that lock picking done.
No,
What's wrong?
nothing. Everything's fine.
Tiso got a bit of that lock picking done. He got Oscar's.
Why do they suit you just a little bit? That's so disappointing.
What's wrong?
I can't believe that they don't look atrocious on you.
Well, I look good in anything.
For the records, let's just put it out there. This is the first session IRL in the past 6 months.
Yeah.
So
we're a
this
little,
is
how
what's
they
going
say, excited.
A little bit.
How do you say? Yes.
So, correctly, Theodore has recapped that we went for a little stealth mission in the Underdark. We rescued some old friends. We met back up with some newer old friends back at Titans Fest.
Titans.
And I believe the party have made a deal. A small deal with an ancient forgotten god
Well, it
to
can't be that dangerous if he's
make an
forgotten.
entire race of peoples forget the crimes of just 4 people.
Well, no.
I can count to 4, thank you.
I know, but you couldn't
I can
remember that
only count
Tiso
to
wasn't
4.
involved.
I can
I wanted to
I
make
can
it
count
clear.
no more.
No more, no less.
So we come back
The
into
number to which we shall count.
Is 4.
it's 3. Get the reference right. Come on, my guy.
I'm
If thou shalt get-
appropriating it to the current
If thou
situation.
shalt get to 4, thou has fucked it.
Appropriating it to the current situation. Get your head in the game.
Get your head in the game, guys. So, we come back into reality, so to speak, such as it is,
Huddle back.
in the cuddle pile. You guys finish your long rest, waking up from the cuddle pile. Theodore snoring like a gigantic pig.
Naturally.
No longer in his armour for the first
How
time.
long?
However, still wearing his gigantic kite shield.
Huge.
There has been an inside joke said at the table that no one will
We can make it
understand.
an outside joke. You need to check out that song.
There's a wonderful artist called Jacob Wysocki that we are crediting for the release of a song known as How Long That Hog. And it's a
That's been the real
fantastic
question.
song.
Check it out.
Check it out,
Check it
guys. So, what are you all up to on this wonderful morning? We hear Tiso choking on his breakfast. You're all in the cuddle pile and you just look round and Tiso is just like...
Someone give him CPR. Don't let him die. We have shit to do today.
Shit, he got one of those rocks. He must be dying.
Oh no!
Oh.
It's because he didn't sign the fucking contract.
Fuck you.
Yeah, the dream god is just gonna choke you with all your food from now on, and just
Every bite you
every
take.
single time he's gonna offer you a little coin.
Every time you eat, there's just a slight grain of sand.
The worst eldritch curse known to mankind. Whenever you eat, there will be one grain of sand in it.
And you'll bite
I
it
would
like
kill
That would be a
There
terrible
will be a
curse.
light salting of sand across it.
Yeah.
Oh.
So,
I can feel that in my mouth. Guys.
Scrumptious and crunchy.
what are we up to on this wonderful morning?
I don't know, it's been so long since we played.
If you guys would prefer, you can be awoken by a knock at the door.
Well, guys, I think we should have a chance to talk before that.
Needle's been awake still in her corner.
This is true.
watching.
Needle does not sleep properly. Neither does Tiso, which is why he's choking on sand.
I hate sand.
He's doing that red
It's
thing.
coarse. It's everywhere.
Finally, the backstory.
Yeah, his backstory is he's Anakin, but he didn't make any of the bad choices. He didn't fall in love with Padme. He didn't turn to the dark side.
He
And when
just turned
Obi-Wan was
evil.
standing up there saying, "I have the high ground," he went, "That's fair, sir."
You know what? You're
and he
right.
just
I'll
wanted-
just use the force to drag you into
Yeah.
lava.
Said I have the high ground, he just grew wings and flew.
No, that's my job.
We should
Were we
probably
not
put
talking
like
about it, or were we talking
a
about
thing at the
Tiso?
beginning of the video that's like
Wow.
if we want to move on to the click to 10 minutes 55 seconds.
Like to 3 hours
Chapter
and
25.
99.
Yeah, the first 15 minutes is going to be references, and then after that we'll get to D&D.
Well, Tisho doesn't really have anything to talk about anyway.
Cool. You all
I
hear
mean,
a knock at the door.
I'm not waking up. I'm lying.
Oh, he's happy in the cuddle pile.
I'm just gonna stay on the bed.
As you stay in your cuddle pile, the knocking gets more
Tisho does
incessant.
not. Tisho gets up and does not answer the door, but readies himself.
The knocking is still getting more and more incessant.
Is it like...
I'll answer the door.
If you take more than a minute, it begins to become frantic.
Ooh. Let's go open that door, shall we?
You're just
So
gonna
let's
say,
go
like,
open
see
that
it.
door.
Let's wait an hour. You know?
Let's see how far the
See how
really
it goes.
We'll open the door.
As you open the door, you see the butler of Mr. Arville standing there, and he says, "Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I
You're an hour late
believe
for the
you were invited to a trial this morning. It seems it has been cancelled."
What do you mean it's been cancelled?
Well, it appears there was some confusion with the last Zone of Truth that was cast. There was some issues with false confessions, and now under re-examination they have confessed to having no prior knowledge of you committing any crimes. So, we are currently going to be posting wanted posters for, I believe, a former member of your party, Mr. Staniel.
It's not
And
Staniel.
Yeah, it's not Staniel.
He's Stan.
we were told Stan goes by Staniel. large dragonborn?
Yes.
Yes.
Any
it's
of
a
this
Large
ringing a
dragonborn,
bell?
Yes.
So-
describe him. You guys met him.
We were told that it was a large dragonborn, mentally unstable, incredibly violent, battle lust, gold
Tiso,
lust,
like
black
turns
scales,
to,
long
like,
coat of patchwork.
everyone else is like, yeah, like out of view.
Roll me a
mouth.
stealth check.
Yeah.
Tiso
Tiso dice. 20.
Oh.
Okay, you are completely hidden. You can mouth whatever you wish.
Mouths Draxus. Describe Draxus. Describe Draxus.
Prescribed.
Prescribed drugs.
We
Drugs? Prescribed drugs.
drugs.
Excuse me, sir, are you in need of drugs?
That's 2 stars.
Excuse me, sorry, I couldn't help but notice you looked a little twitchy.
You look tired. I could prescribe cocaine.
Would you care for some
He
meth?
was.
That we've absolutely fucked the monetization of this video completely.
Nah.
It's over.
I can't remember what. Like,
What did Draxus look
what
like?
did Draxus look like?
Roll me a history check.
God damn it, why?
Ow!
Listen, maybe me hating that guy made me remember him more, but still.
11.
If anyone rolls above a 15, I will allow Vinny to tell you what he looked like.
You?
11. I got amnesia, I'm not saying.
Fuck no. Do.
But it's so blurry.
I've never met him.
No.
God damn it.
Didn't we just see him in his grandma?
I will say, you did see him in
I
the
did.
scry.
I could roll that. Oh, that's not good.
So did you, in fact.
Oh,
Didn't
yeah.
you witness the scry?
Yeah.
So, but I still
That was
need
so
to roll
crazy.
to
You
see
would
if
still
Vinny
need to
can
roll.
tell. Was it
7
history?
plus 1,
History.
8.
8 is not 15,
No, it
unfortunately.
isn't. Yeah, you're right.
Aw, 10.
Fuck.
Anyone get close to a 15?
I got a 2.
You all remember a dragonborn.
He didn't have like
Yeah.
a black cloak and
He had
You can remember,
You don't
you've
remember
seen him in a black cloak.
Everyone was so focused on Stan, no one even looked at Draxus.
I think Nido just remembers that he had a dragon mouth and that's it.
If I find it in my notes.
You can have it.
Wait, do you remember the dragon mount?
Hello, baby.
he
Oh,
does
look at
this quite a lot.
distraction.
He does. He
Yeah,
comes to
I
visit.
believe he was a. Oh, fuck. Okay, calm down.
Kidnap.
I believe he was a fuck.
He really was a fuck, man. He was.
He was a piece of work, that guy.
That guy, ooh, he grinds my gears.
Pretty damn shiny.
Yeah, I believe he was a quartz dragonborn. That's what you're looking for.
Oh, we were under the impression he was of chromatic origin.
I
That's
don't know.
not how we run. No.
He rides big dragon sometimes.
We can re-question them, just in case they have had a lapse of judgment, but we were under the impression that this was a black chromatic dragonborn.
No.
And this black dragonborn is violent and unstable.
Incredibly disturbed, mentally disturbed is something that keeps coming up a lot.
Oh.
Like the
Also
dragonborn that
otherwise.
works for them.
No, he's not looking for Draxus. He's looking for Stan.
No,
I know.
It is.
Out of character.
It is possible that there was another accomplice that they are still hiding. This
That seems
quartz
more
dragonborn. Perhaps we should be looking for two dragonborn travelling together.
It's possible.
Our ex-companion was not deranged in the slightest.
No, he was very.
I'm gonna need a deception. check.
He was very mentally
I'm gonna need a deception check for
To be
that.
fair, the butler met
Unfortunately,
That's a 14.
yeah.
The butler met him.
The
he
butler
laughed in his
did
face.
no.
Yeah, he did.
The butler
No, I
did not
didn't.
meet him. The butler met a small kobold with wooden arms and legs.
Yeah,
That's
he
true.
did. That was a 14.
Who was unfortunately also called Stan and walked around looking like a tall dragonborn.
Total 13. He
Whoa.
believes you.
Oof. Yeah, no, our friend wasn't deranged in the slightest. Really, he was.
Take your own pencil.
It is possible that this was somewhat unlikely, I suppose, but it is possible that this was two dragonborns with the same coloration
That was an
and
insight
name.
check.
Stan is not a... What?
Did the butler make an insight check?
He did, yes.
I too will need to make one.
I've forgotten. This
21.
is out of character.
You don't believe him. You believe that he's lying to
We
this
actually
butler.
might be fine because, good point, Stan isn't
Is not a Dragonborn.
Dragonborn
Yeah.
anymore. He
Someone
doesn't
with
look like
patchwork
that. So even if they find a little kobold with weird legs, they're not gonna think, "Oh yes, this is the dragon."
I presume you're not saying this out
No,
loud.
no, this was out of character.
Those
The only
idiots don't
Dragonborn
even know!
that has
Yes.
A dragon.
So we will update the sheet to make sure that these wanted posters go up with the knowledge that they may be riding a dragon.
Yeah.
Do we have a description of the dragon they might be riding?
Was that in the vision?
No.
I lose my
Benny
page.
knows that one as well.
While these guys are thinking, where have they gone? The people who are supposed to be on trial.
Oh, they have admitted guilt.
Okay.
They are being imprisoned.
At least they admitted.
There was never any confusion
Small
as to
tobacco
whether or not
child.
they had committed a crime, given that there were multiple war crimes that they were accused of. They're being held in suspicion of kidnapping Oscar and Maltera. They have confessed to that crime, especially in the light of Oscar and Maltera's recent freedom, that seemed self-evident that they were clearly impersonating the other group, as well as some of their companions that were impersonating members of the crew for the ship, although we are still presumably waiting on their freedoms. We are not sure what happened to the remainder of the crew, but we do know that Oscar and Maltera have been rescued, so it seems self-evident that they have at least committed that crime. They are still denying outright that they murdered the previous head of government for the Smokestacks Island. However, they have implicated that they were a crucial component in the creation of that plan, although it was executed by a Dragonborn.
Sorry, yet another interruption, but I feel like this cat is,
Yeah, real close.
like cleaning his paw very close to the bits of pepperoni. Just putting that out there. I'm going to be keeping an eye
He
on
can
him.
have pepperoni.
He can have
Yeah.
pepperoni, but he can't be sitting there trying to maybe pretend that he's not trying to eat it. Anyway, sorry. Yeah. You look
So,
disappointed.
In the light of this new information, I can comfortably say that you are no longer needed at a trial that will not be taking place.
Second side note, this is why you fucking told me. At lunchtime I was like, I wonder how this trial's gonna go, this is gonna be wild, and he's like, it's gonna be short.
Yeah, it was a pretty short trial.
Yeah, so, yeah.
So, Arvel is asking me to relay the message that you are welcome to stay here for another evening if you prefer. However, after that he requests that you find lodgings of your own.
That's nice of him.
That's very fair. Will we need to stay in the city until the results of the trial, or like the you find?
No, we are absolutely fine to take care of the justice system ourselves.
Nothing.
Just close that over.
I thought that was at me. I thought I was in trouble for something.
Can we leave? We're running away!
They'll never see us again.
Don't put it on the floor. That's worse.
That's an invitation.
Floor food.
Yeah.
just close it.
Yeah.
Free yourself.
Just showing brands everywhere.
We're not. It wasn't on camera.
Okay, good.
Welcome to
As
the
I was
struggling
saying,
to
there
survive.
is no need for you to be at the trial, as there will not be one. You are free to go about your business. However, Arvel has requested to have a small meeting with you prior to your departure to discuss the next steps, as it is indicated that you and your party freed Oscar and Maltera. We would just like to get the details on how and where they were being stored. Suffice as we can tell,
Out of character, just to confirm, was it a crime? breaking and entering.
Yeah, would I
and freeing
remember?
them?
To the drow it was.
Make me an insight check.
Would I know?
You would know that the drow would definitely consider it a crime.
So do,
Insight.
how
you
is it
said.
decided?
What?
Anything
Seven.
that is considered
You're not
a crime
sure?
by at least one person is forgotten.
You know that you committed an illegal act. You're just not sure how that would be
Counts as a
judged.
crime.
I don't like not to put words in other people's mouths, but I don't know that they're gonna be really like super unhappy with us for breaking into a drow thing and taking 2 non-drow out of it.
But would I remember us doing that?
No.
No.
Yeah.
You remember Tiso did it.
Yeah, that's the thing.
In your memory, Tiso went and freed them. You don't quite remember what you were up to.
You remember
Was I
Tiso's
far
a
enough
hero.
away from the party to remember saving Moltera?
No, because that would be considered part of a crime.
Oh.
Silly goober.
It's just.
In your memory, Tiso done the whole thing.
Just Tiso.
Single-handedly. We were all standing away, not even watching, because that would be helping the crime.
Okay.
Yeah, we were just vibing.
We were innocent bystanders.
When does Orville wish to meet
At
us?
your earliest convenience.
So I'm gonna get
Did I get
ready.
my armor on?
Basically, right
Whenever
now.
is convenient.
Oh, nice.
Oh, that's
I am
Let's
cool.
just.
I'm not naked under my armor.
We'll get.
Didn't we say you're wearing a full 3-piece suit?
Yeah,
not
he did
canon.
say that was.
I think that was canon,
It's
unfortunately. I
definitely
think
not
Theodore
canon.
Because it's
Theodore
not
did
drawn
say that they were
way.
doing it that way.
Hey, I double checked. It's not canon.
Okay.
I have double checked. I drew the scene. He is not wearing a 3-piece suit in the scene.
What is he wearing?
Clothes. Like just
Oh, damn.
I joined the colour pile completely
I will
naked.
say I fully trust that you checked, but it seems wildly unlikely.
Well, I checked with Vinny. I can show
Oh,
you
right,
the
okay.
messages.
I believe you. That's why it's just by wildly unlikely. I mean wild.
No,
that
yeah.
he did not make that decision.
I
So,
do think he would not have been in the scene if he had made that decision. He was not prepared to draw a 3-piece suit.
is he holding his kite shield?
It's on his back, yeah. I can
Nice.
show you after.
Yes, just we'll get ready and we'll
Wonderful.
as soon as we're ready we'll.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Where,
Good day.
where does he want to meet us, or do we just find you?
You will be able to head back to the entrance hall,
Okay.
the door at the end, as you have been shown previously,
Mhm.
and then from there you will find me, and I will escort you.
Very well.
Sorry again, interrupting. When we leave, will Oscar and Maltera still be fine to stay with medical treatment and all that stuff? Like, oh, they're
If
at
they
hospital.
if they require more medical treatment than they are currently receiving, then yes.
Okay, cool.
But yeah, I do believe they were sent off
They
to
were- I forgot.
actually receive professional care.
Yeah.
Okay.
I remembered as I said it.
Yeah.
As long as they're
It's been a
safe.
while. Yeah, as long as they're safe and fine. That is all that matters.
So, you guys get dressed.
What's your
Well-
name, butler man?
Pardon?
What's your name?
I don't understand the question.
What's your name?
I am the butler.
Is your name the butler? Is that all you wish to be referred to as?
Yes.
Oh my god,
Well,
he's a time lord.
doing great, the butler.
Is that a choice? Like,
I
did you
don't
choose-
understand the question.
Did you ever have a name?
Is
I have
there
always been
something
referred
off
to
about
as
this?
the
In
butler.
sight?
Oh, not but like,
Make me an insight check,
is
yeah.
he like an automation or some shit? Insight. I said that was
Really?
plus 3, so
17.
that's 14 for me.
12.
On a 17, and then what did you get?
14.
14. I think only on a 17 do you pick up that there is something odd about that. Like,
Oh.
his vibe is off very slightly, but no more than what it has been previously. He has always acted this way.
Oh.
Okay.
It's
Well,
really difficult to...
You're doing great, the butler.
I think Nido just kind of squints at him.
You can pick up on that that's strange to not have a name.
Yeah. Sorry. How long have you worked here?
I have been in service to Lord Arville for the last 55 years.
55 years.
Does he look 55?
He does appear human, He appears to be in his mid-40s.
Okay.
Yeah, we went through the math there for a second and a half.
He could be using aging cream, guys.
Oh, that's
Squint's even deeper.
Good for you.
Thank you.
You enjoy it?
Tall.
I find great pleasure in service.
Tiso looks around to see if the others are reacting to this.
Yeah, Needle's still just
Because
squinting.
originally it was a case of
Ne-
why
Needle
the fuck
is
are you
Needle is definitely looking at them with
Yeah.
suspicion and concern.
I'll do what you love, man.
And name yourself after it.
Yeah, might as well.
Cool. Thank you.
Thank you.
You are most welcome.
As soon
I will
as he
see you
leaves,
soon. And then he
Tiso
leaves.
turns and goes, "Sorry, what was that?"
Really weird.
Guys, don't judge his name.
No,
No,
that was weird.
It was really weird.
It was a little weird, but we can't judge him for it.
I mean the ages don't like he doesn't look old enough to have been in
He doesn't
service
look
for 55 years.
I don't look as old as I am.
Like that would
How
mean
old are you?
he started service when he was like
A
one.
lot. A lot.
You make me an insight check on that if you want.
Child butler.
I will do
It's 20.
19 for me. Nice.
Give me a ballpark. How much are you?
Ah.
When you say a lot, what's the sense they get from that?
Theo, age lots.
Easily over 1,000, 2,000, 3,000.
Fuck, okay.
Angel
He's
boy.
old.
He's saying a lot in the sense of I don't keep track.
Yeah, a lot of. Yeah, I lost track. Sorry.
Okay. I mean, I don't
Elven
look
core.
Yeah, but you're under a spell. You've got a whole other thing we need to deal with another time.
We.
Yep.
Well, I wasn't gonna. Why did you ask him for his age?
I didn't.
That's for
Oh,
his name.
sorry, not his age, his name.
I wanted to thank him.
They just met. Kind of.
Yeah, Theo's polite, unlike the rest of us.
I get that. I wasn't gonna pay attention to it, but that was really off.
Me asking
Feels
or
got
the
sixth
answer?
sense.
We'll have to have a look at that. We'll have to figure
Maybe ask Horrible.
I have to make sure he's not some weird fucking imposter again or something.
I mean, wasn't the whole reason that they weren't posing as him because he was too particular? It might be something to do with that. If he
Yeah,
is,
but what's too particular?
It's very good at his
That's
job.
the
Well,
thing.
he
He
did say
acts
he'd
in-
done it his whole life.
if he acts in such a specific way or like an odd
Longer
way,
than his whole life,
if
from
he
what you
acts
guys can work out.
normal, it would probably clue people into the fact that they weren't. So
I don't. We'll figure it out.
other
than
to think
that-
about.
Anyway.
Swiftly on.
No child.
No trial. Yeah, that's something.
That's
That is-
pretty good.
I.
Yeah, from Theo's perspective, a dangerous criminal is now being hunted down.
Yeah. Two dangerous criminals, probably.
Yeah.
Possibly.
A very unhinged, violent animal is going to be put away.
It just feels too easy.
We need to find Stan.
We do.
That dangerous criminal who's
No, no,
lunatic.
No. That's
No.
I did lie. He is
That's
very
the dragon.
deranged.
Yeah, I know you
Well,
lied
Yeah,
about that.
the
but-
Dragonborn's weird. Not,
sounds weird, but he's not.
he's nice
Bad.
weird.
He's deranged.
Kind of.
Remember?
I'm tempted to make you roll deception on that. I gotta admit.
Yeah, like he's.
Stan's weird, he's not bad is
Yeah.
rough. That's close to a lie.
He has a wife and a
He
child.
does two wives.
That's not very helpful. If he's deranged, are they in danger?
No.
No, they're not real.
That's even worse. This man is mentally unstable. He needs help.
Well,
His two siblings just died too, so
Yeah.
he's in a good place right now.
And he's
like, what, 6
ran
years
away
old?
after supposedly killing a world leader.
how old was Stan
Yeah,
again,
he
actually?
We've
Wait.
been wondering.
He was almost 4.
Yeah, it's
He
a
just turned
4-year-old.
3.
It's a 4-year-old.
We want to find him, but we've
We're
had
going to
other
find
things
him.
to deal with at the
Yeah.
moment,
We
which somehow
need to-
works.
More important than the government official murdering file. I suppose
Yeah,
both of
because
them
we
are
needed-
government official
Yes,
killers.
because we know he wouldn't go and kill another one.
Well, supposedly they're part of the same
Do you though?
organization.
Can you really say that with confidence?
He has openly
We
said
know
he'll kill
where
gods.
he was going, so
That is true.
like we know that.
You do know that was not his plan.
His plan, yeah.
Something feels off about all of this. It's too easy. Every single step of the way, things have been worse off after everything we did.
I was going to say, I'm really tempted to make your old deception on that. This has all been too easy. I felt no
Everything's
trial.
so good
No.
all of the time.
My life has been perfect.
It just seems strange that the trial would be... I don't know what would be wrong. I don't know what they could get out of this.
I'm just curious why they confessed.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
if they'd done the crime, it makes sense that they'd confess.
These
to
Not
doing it.
everyone
the
is
not
Not
that
a
way.
drow.
not the kind of people that just
That's
confess to
racist.
things.
I'm a drow.
That's even worse. That's
Ah. Internalized
I've heard that before.
racism. Not
Yeah, these were not the kind of
That's
people
not-
that just confess to things. Even probably when they don't give the impression of, even if you lay out all of their crimes in front of them, they would probably find a way to talk themselves out of it.
okay.
Well, in this case,
Immediate
it
thing.
might have just have
What
felt
do
I,
we
like-
tell
I will
Marvel?
say, like, no check needed.
Possible.
They have only... They did not say they confessed to the killing of a world leader.
No, they admitted to being.
They admitted to being Oscar and Maltera, which they had concrete proof
Yes.
Yeah.
of them doing. Like, there was no way to worm out of, no, I promise. I know I was literally disguised as those people, but I promise I didn't do it.
Guys, it's
Like,
Halloween.
they caught them in costume, essentially.
Guys, I was cosplaying. Get
However,
it.
they have completely pinned the murder of a world leader on Stan.
Yes.
And they have confessed that they are,
But we're not
that
too
they-
worried about that because Stan doesn't look like Stan anymore.
that they peripherally
He's
were
not even
involved
called
in some
Stan.
way. You got the sense that they have been like, no, we didn't want to do it, Stan did it, he's mentally unhinged.
That's also fine, to be honest, but it might lessen their sentence. And that's
It definitely will lessen their
Yeah.
sentence. It is much less of a crime for kidnapping than it is regicide.
Yeah.
At the moment, I think our best bet is to try and find Stan, because there's no way that we can straight up just be like, hey, they did this, they planned this, other than, hey Theo, cover your ears.
I-
Theo, cover your ears.
I want to listen.
No, shut up, it's important to cover your ears.
Do you genuinely not listen?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's
I just wanted to make sure.
This is my favourite kind of character.
sit down.
Yeah,
But
I can't hear that.
There is no way that we can convict them, say that they did this, other than saying that we were involved in it. Like, we don't have proof other than to be
Needle,
like,
in your mind, you weren't involved.
I remember being hired by them.
But not for this task.
Yeah.
So, I think our best bet at the moment is to find Stan and make sure they don't find him first.
Thing is, so the Dragonborn was just following their orders.
Oh, Drax is.
Stan.
they won't be able
They
to
recognize
recognize
that's
him.
not. Yeah, I know, but well, he's still wearing the patchwork cloak and he is still insane. So, and he's still called Stan.
I think
And if they put him under a truth
It's called
spell,
if we
okay.
push the narrative that Stan works for them, which is true.
But I don't want Stan to go to jail.
No, but they're trying to make him seem like the mastermind of
Yeah,
it,
but
even though they are. So if we push that he's subordinate to them, it might help.
possibly.
Even if we're not like, no, it was them, we can just like subtly be like, hey.
Hey, we
That's a
rescued
bit
this.
weird. Why are you
He's
saying
not
that?
smart enough to do this.
He's really
not
stupid.
smart enough to do this.
If you'd met him, you'd know.
Yeah.
More urgently,
Shiny guy.
what are we telling Arvel? What do you guys remember? Everything.
I
You
remember
guys
everything.
remember everything.
It's
You
just
don't
Needle
remember
that doesn't
anything.
remember anything.
I don't know. I
Well-
don't remember.
Needle remembers you.
Yeah, dude, you're awesome.
But I
She
don't...
so blushes.
Why don't? I mean, we could just try and see what he thinks happened. See what he.
Do you think we're gonna walk up to Arvel and say, "Hey, what do you think happened?" And he's gonna talk?
Maybe. I don't know. Things have been easy so far.
Deception check, please. No.
Is
I'm not too worried about him.
Is Theo still covering his ears?
Yeah.
oh.
We walk out of the room and we're like, "Oh, Theo,
Theo.
come on."
You can unearmuff. It's okay.
I guess.
Hi, Theo.
Hello,
Welcome
Theo.
back.
Thank you. I never left.
Yeah, in spirit.
No, I literally did not
Yeah,
leave.
know.
I was right here.
I know, but I know.
No bud. No buddy.
Theo announces proficiency in lip reading.
I actually have.
You have
Why did
proficiency
you
in
not
lip
make me
reading,
close
don't
my
you?
eyes, by the way, guys?
Yeah, guys.
I think you
should-
have proficiency in lip reading. Observant gives you it, I think.
Ooh,
I think you
yeah,
can read
yeah,
lips to a
I can
distance.
actually read a distance. Yeah.
Read it distance.
Ring a bell is what I was gonna say, but yeah.
I'm not sure if it helps, but I do have proficiency with water vehicles.
Oh shit.
It might help.
It might-
My
Not in
I
this.
know exactly what you're saying, for I can drive a boat.
Oh.
What are we guys talking about?
Your proficiency with water vehicles extends to ships. It's all ships, so it's the sky ships as well.
Yeah, that's why I have it. What
I'm
we
sort
guys
of just
talking
adding
about?
random proficiencies to my characters. It would be really funny.
Dragonborn with a dragon, kind of.
Yeah.
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 Anything interesting?
Not really. Just everyday things.
Is that why you made me curve my ears for
Yes.
everyday things?
Yeah.
That's a little unsettling, I'm going to be honest.
Oh yeah, I can. Yeah.
Yeah.
Some things.
If you
are
see
fun.
creature's mouth while it's speaking a language you understand, you can
That's fair.
interpret it by. That's what it's saying by reading its lips.
Yeah, I think
Got a
observant
+5
gives you
bonus
it.
to your
I
passive
love the
perception.
idea of just Tiso one day being like, yeah, I'm not listening, and then staring at the lips.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, around this time, Theodore finishes putting on his armour.
Sorry lads, it's a lot of armour.
Well, it does take 10 minutes to don armour,
Yeah.
so
He's even putting his armor on with his ears covered.
I think you probably did pause for a little bit.
Yeah,
Yeah, like,
I've
the
just
wings
like
come
got,
out.
I've got like one leg grieve on, I'm just like,
Tiso's
Guys,
been like
feel
fucking
uncomfortable.
just standing, watching. and
stop watching me get changed.
Disapprovingly.
Not blinking.
I'm sorry if I didn't want to sleep in full plate like
Gritting
you
his
slept in
teeth.
leather armour.
Are you angry that we added Theo to the
Is that the
pile
equivalent
without
of
permission?
sleeping in jeans? sleeping in leather armor.
I
Tiso
guess, yeah.
canonically sleeps in leather armor. No, I just. Let's go.
Yes, that's.
Okay.
Don't worry about that.
Nothing's
Oh.
So, you guys head off. You guys head off and you do see somebody that you used to know because the butler is waiting in the entrance hall
Not
again.
him again.
Oh, the butler,
It's
you're
Time Lord.
here.
It's Time Lord.
Hello.
Sorry for the time, I had to put on my armour.
Hello.
Does
Do
Tiso
you,
this
do you
every
prefer
day?
butler or the butler?
Is your
Either
name
is
the-
suitable, although I will say the addition of the does speak to a rather impersonal.
I thought it made it more seem like a title.
Where are you from?
Like you were the butler, like.
Well, I am the butler of this
like,
house, yes.
The top butler of all the butlers,
I may be, although I don't believe they hold competitions.
They should. I think you would win.
Perhaps.
We should, guys. That should be our next mission. We need to implement butler competitions. We did
Big
do
black
a dance.
butler.
We did win a dance competition. I'm claiming we won it because it's more fun that
Does
way.
Tiso notice? I was already. No, I rolled
You can roll me
insight.
another
Just need to-
perception on him if you want. Yeah.
I'll roll a
That wasn't
perception.
crime.
You saw that Nito was weird at the butler.
Yeah.
Not the
That's
dance
a
competition. That was us
9, but my
dancing with a
perception
zombie.
is a beautiful one.
And also, it's not a crime to be a sheriff and
9 plus-
fix crimes, so Needle remembers the entirety of that.
9 plus
What do I
9,
remember?
18.
The dance
Swazzle.
competition with the zombie.
What?
18.
18. Yeah, I mean, he is very prim and proper. You would describe him as...
Are his eyes human? Does he look...
You would say that his eyes would speak to a wisdom beyond his age. Like, this is
What
clearly...
is his age, though?
He looks mid-40s, early 40s.
Stop staring at him. That's rude.
I can't control other people's music. This house is
We
not
could
soundproof.
Close the windows though.
You
but
could close the
that's-
windows
yeah.
if you want.
That's really weird.
I don't really care though. It's
I
fine.
don't feel it would staying alive.
I'm just like, Tiso have his moment. 2 characters with T names is really difficult. I've mixed you guys up so many times.
Theo and Tiso.
Yes.
Tisador.
Ah, no.
Oh no.
Tio.
Kitty.
T.
Ow.
So, do you want to continue questioning the butler, or are we
Tiso's
continuing?
just eyeing him and trying to see if there's a.
Stop staring, you're being rude.
Do you know, for a second there, my brain went, "Do I have a tracker?"
For the butler.
Just slap an air tag
To be
and back
fair,
and go,
if you
go.
There's a spell that does that.
If you put something of yours in his pocket, we could find him.
If you had some sort of scrying orb.
But
We
can
might
you not,
still
like,
have one.
Find like
I'm
okay objects.
still
Yes.
obsessed.
You don't randomly just like we'll be doing normal stuff and she'll just pipe up with I'm so mad about my orb.
Yes.
My orb is missing.
My orb.
My orb.
So, I presume we can continue with today's proceedings. I'm happy to escort you over to Arvil's study.
Okay, it's getting louder. This is getting a little out of hand.
As you go forward, again, as you have seen before, the large double doors in the entry hall that you have just walked out of to get into this entry hall, the butler opens them again and they lead to a completely different location, Arvil's study. Inside you can see that Arvil has his roaring fire in the centre, and he seems to be, as he usually is, sitting directly in the centre of the gigantic flame, reading a book.
Is the book on fire?
Doesn't appear to be.
Maybe some magic.
Why would he be reading a book that's on fire?
Well, he's in a fire, so I just wanted
You're
to
in a fire.
No, okay.
Sword's been in the fire since we met him.
You see him close the book and stand to address you all. Ah, ladies and gentlemen, it's wonderful to see you. How are we this morning?
And happy to see.
Good. Very good.
That.
Thank you for your letting us stay here.
You are
That's
most welcome.
Nice beds.
Thank you.
Fancy.
The butler has put extensive work into most of the house.
What's your butt's What's your
What's your butt's name? What do you call your ass, good sir?
Hey yo.
If we're about to
See,
talk
my
about your
tits
ass,
are
how
long.
can you embrace it?
I've been staring at it a lot, and I'd like to know if it had a name.
Yeah, what's your butler's name?
He prefers to be called the butler, or butler.
Where is he from, if that's alright to ask?
It is. He is from a different plane of existence. He is here at my pleasure.
Faye?
I believe he's from the elemental plane of fire.
Oh.
That is really cool.
That's really
from
cool,
me.
yeah.
As opposed to creepy as fuck, just some dude that wants to be
Just a
called
guy.
the butler is pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Guy in
well,
Manila.
thank you very much.
Roll me an Arcana check for everyone involved. Arcana or nature. Because this would be either biology or magical
15.
biology.
Doesn't matter, but that's a 15.
You said Arcana,
You're so
right?
low.
Arcana or nature.
Or nature.
Or nature, that might be
7.
better. Nope,
6.
12.
I'm -1.
Above a 10, there is a very common denizen of the plane of fire. They are called jinn, or sometimes referred to as genies.
Oh, that's fuck.
Oh, I
That's
see.
yeah, that's why he's fucking off.
Yeah.
Wish boy.
We all know all genies are autistic.
They are when I play them.
All of your characters
All of your
are autistic.
To
So,
be fair, so are all of ours.
Yeah.
I was requesting to speak with you to...
Were you gonna
Were you gonna
contradict
deny that?
fact, or?
Yeah, just no.
Nah.
Theodore, the immortal angel, who always does good things, never! He's never been autistic.
He has
No.
no strong senses of justice.
No.
We're after justice.
Justice.
I am justice!
Where is he?
Vengeance.
Swear to me! Sorry, he's Vengeance now, you gotta remember. Ever since he put on the
Yes,
black
the
makeup,
ninth
he's been
judge.
Vengeance. And he doesn't listen to his dad, he's not gonna wear cufflinks.
Of course not.
Yes, I was wanting to speak to you all about your recent mission to the Underdark. It was clear it was successful. You managed to rescue your 2 companions.
How do you spell genie?
G-E-N-I-E.
Yeah.
Okay, I have it right. It just doesn't look real.
In
Sorry.
D&D terms, he would be a Djinn. D-J-I-N.
Okay.
Is there not
Is
two
there not
ends?
2 ends?
It might be.
There's 2
Yep.
ends.
Okay.
Well, that's 2 people said it, so it must be true.
There's 3 people said there's 2 ends.
No.
I was
I
wondering
might have
if you could enlighten me as to the process of this mission.
At what point does my memory cut out?
You remember arriving there with
Uh-huh.
Tiso as a slave, and then you don't remember whether you were successful
They
getting
don't
in or
remember
not.
coming with them as well?
So breaking, like sneaking our way in.
Sneaking your way in is a crime because you were pretending, you were giving false identity, which is a crime, and you were also giving false imprisonment of, like, you were not keeping slaves, which is a crime.
Like not keeping slaves as
Yes.
The Underdark it is.
Yeah.
It's also a crime to be impersonating a noble, which you were also doing.
Many crimes.
But you don't remember whether that was successful. You just remember that you got there, Tiso managed to get his way in somehow, and then he came back out
He
with...
has
Just
his ways.
rambled his way through everywhere.
If you don't mind me asking, I don't
I will not know the answer to that until
No,
the
I
question is
know.
asked.
I don't know how to word it to sound more polite.
Tiso's glaring at Soren like, what the fuck is he gonna say?
Not everything I say is a bad thing.
Eyebrow raise.
Right.
Oof.
Hang on, sorry, I spoke too soon and now I need to figure out how to word my question to not be not sound bad. Fuck, this is so much pressure. Everyone just stressed me out.
Give us the answer. Yeah, there are.
What?
If you don't mind my asking, what,
Why?
If you mind me asking.
How?
who, what,
When?
where, when, and why?
We went to the Underdark to save my friends from being taken by the
Certain
Drow.
death.
Agreed.
That's not a question.
Does anything more than that really need to be stated? We were successful in...
Given that we are at war with this nation, it would be useful to know how you infiltrated, so that the process may or may not be replicated if
Oh,
it's within
okay.
our power.
So it's not like a... We want to see if you were doing illegal
Why
shit.
would they send us to jail?
We
for
presume
being
that you
prisoners?
were doing covert activities, which would be, given that you are an adventuring guild, within the legality of your... Do you have an adventuring guild?
I'm not part of a mercenary thing.
They used to.
You're part...
to.
Do you have any identification documents?
Do I?
They were stolen.
Yes.
Do you have one in your inventory?
Let's see.
They were stolen.
have.
Magic pockets, Baldur's Gate style.
Nah.
Aw.
Do we still have the?
Where is it?
Nah, he ran away with the golden goats.
Yeah, I really don't got much in my inventory.
I do have that, but I don't think I can show that to him.
What is it?
Oh, no,
actually,
no, I can't.
I have a total of 6 things in my inventory and none of them is in
Do
identification.
not show him the thing that we use to interpret it into.
We
to
just got ID.
pretend to be part of this.
Wait a minute, wasn't
He's
Arvel
also-
also a part of me
Ar-
being assigned to work with him?
Yes.
He knows that I'm part of this.
He knows that you work for someone who is part of an adventuring guild.
We do have an adventuring, identification. However, it was stolen.
Oh.
There used to be more of our party, and some of them left at a crucial point in our travelling to here.
So would it be correct for me to say that you are an offshoot of an original guild?
Yeah.
Yes.
You will need to refile that
That's okay.
as soon as possible. There is a small grace period of up to a year to refile your paperwork, assuming, of course, that there is no situational way of filing new ones. For instance, being out in the wild and the official group leader dying. It's unfair to then immediately brand everyone else under that as criminal for doing personal safety and
Okay,
self-defense.
so like, we're supposed to have a leader?
You're supposed to have a group,
Yes, we have.
but that group needs to be filed. If you all want to be equal share of your adventuring guild, that is completely legal. Traditionally, though, it would have a leader who would take the lion's share of the profit,
No.
and then dish out
Lion's
profits
share
as
of the vaccine.
required.
Yeah, we will refile paperwork as soon as we can. Today, probably after
I
this
can have my
meeting.
butler direct you to the official government building if you wish to file that today.
May I ask?
That would be appreciated.
You will need a new group title.
That's fine. No, that's fine.
Go on then.
Stop killing my Naruto Lego.
It feels wrong to do it without.
May I ask? Why ask us when you can be in contact with Islandel?
Islandel sees the future, but he is not bound to tell anyone about it. That is one of the more frustrating things about dealing with a prophet, that they may wish to hide certain things.
Did you know he invented post-it notes?
I'm
What's
not
it
familiar
invented
with
what?
the concept.
Well, it's in my notes that he invented
he
post-it
did.
notes, so
I'm not familiar with the concept.
It's like
Mm.
paper.
it was
with
very
blood.
helpful in our infiltration.
That doesn't explain what it is, I'm afraid.
It was just like
Ground up bone paste.
paper
what glue is.
on the walls that appeared on our as we
Paper with glue on the back.
yeah.
And you put it on a wall.
Very
It's
well.
like this really weird neon yellow colour.
What's neon?
I don't know how it did that.
It
It's
sounds
really
fascinating.
fun. Yeah. It's Islandel, you know.
Yeah.
Do you know do you have his number? No.
You have a
What's the
sending
number?
stone. You know what numbers are.
I do have a sending stone to Islandel if you're requiring communication with him. However, I will say he is the type of individual that will contact you if you have a need to talk to him and he wishes to reply.
Diesel always has a need to talk to him. But that's,
Diesel
that's
like
beside the
immediately
point.
has a moment of, oh fuck, I need to get rid of a lot of thoughts.
He sees the future, not thoughts.
But he's paranoid about that though. So he's suddenly like, wait, if he knows that I want to speak to him, and oh god.
He
wait.
would only know if that want became action towards doing it.
Okay.
So, what exactly do you need to know?
I wish to know the means of your infiltration, the method you used to obscure your identities while inside, and if possible, I wish to know where they are keeping the vast majority of their prisoners. If there is a building that is filled with people that require freedom,
You dick. It's pieces of dough, my love. It's just not, there's not even any pepperoni on it.
No.
Would I remember the original plans again?
no.
Well,
Oh, when does my memory cut off then?
when we
Actually,
started doing the
You
things.
you would remember planning what to do, but you would not remember any of it working.
Would I remember having it in
man,
mind that I
welcome
have
to my life.
status and could...
Yes.
Okay, so I don't...
You'd be like, well, I had this great plan where I could pretend to be a noble, but goddamn Tiso ran off and done the whole thing first.
Do I still have the cultural knowledge of the castle being where dungeons are? Or...
Yes, that was
Okay.
something you had prior, and it's not illegal to know the location of a dungeon.
That was one of the
Cool.
things I was going to clarify.
Just constantly just be, can I remember this?
Like, does she remember the scenes at all if it's just Tiso. Like, if she knows that Tiso, or does it just cut out? Is
It just cuts out.
like static.
Like,
I see Tisa's face.
you know, you were with Tiso, and the
So
next thing you
basically
know,
black-
Tiso had done everything.
Yeah.
Whoa.
It's just basically blackout. Excellent.
Well, we found an entrance to the Underdark, and then we
Was it, as Islandel suggested, near to the
Yeah.
Raven's Point?
Yes.
yes.
Yep.
Tiso is thinking as hard as he can. Don't tell him about the memory thing.
Oh yeah.
Just in the hopes that these guys are like there's message open or whatever the fuck.
Well, we
I don't
so
agree.
we found an entrance to the Underdark as Islandel had directed us, and then we we infiltrated by having Needle, who, as you can see, is a drow,
I can't.
pretend
Wow.
to be of noble status, and therefore gave her more free reign to traverse.
A
The
risky
area.
gamble.
Yeah.
We posed as slaves and the bodyguards. I don't know what the hierarchy is.
using
They're kind of the same thing.
Prisoners and slaves.
using my connection with Oscar, we fabricated a story about trying to gain more information by having us talk, which got us access to his cell, and then we used Oscar's ability to teleport out, and that was
So teleportation magic does work inside the Drow
Yes.
City.
He
as
did.
far as we have seen, yes.
He
It
did
should-
have there was
They
a
had
chain.
anti magic collars on the prisoners.
Disturbing.
Yes, and also I assume you would have assumed that they were being tortured, governed by.
Given their state upon
Yes.
arrival, there was little doubt
Yeah.
to the condition they were being kept in.
There was
And that was
also
after healing.
rituals being done.
Yeah, rituals involved
Of what nature?
sacrificial.
To lol.
Yeah,
Was
that
it
real
Talal?
bad.
Yeah, okay. Well,
Can
it
only be
was-
to lol.
Well, they do have another god
Oh,
currently
needs to go in.
that they're keeping.
They're-
I can't remember if it was staying for Walter, if it was to keep. But
It was. They seem to be doing it in a not a list, but Oscar's sacrifice was pushed back so that we could meet with him.
they
So
were
we'll put that out
sacrificing the
there.
prisoners.
It seems to be a regular thing then for them to be doing sacrifices. Was this in a temple or?
No, in the street.
It's
In the
sort of
square-
That
everywhere.
one wasn't a temple though, wasn't it?
Was it not?
I believe it was in
like-
a public amphitheatre.
Okay.
Theatre.
that.
We're meeting with priestesses.
Oh yes.
So in a large public forum, they're doing
Yes.
executions en masse.
Yes.
And rather gruesome ones, like
Yeah.
flaying and all that fun things.
It's
My
typical
understanding of
worship.
Lolth would dictate that that is likely a requirement of her
Yes.
sacrifices.
But yeah, that was the.
That's basically all.
Yeah.
Thank you
The dungeons
for
are
your
in the
information.
palace.
Oh yeah, the
They
dungeons
are?
They are.
in the
Yes.
palace.
Wonderful.
It's quite hard to get into. And until recently, I'd never been in that part of the city. It's quite higher up.
Upper echelon
Yeah.
would make sense for a palace. Thank you for the
Caves are a
information.
bit easy to get lost in. Apparently, there was some word among us that they might shift and change,
Interesting.
but that could have just been ego talking, and we did get lost.
It's a possibility.
Interesting. I will pass this information on to some of our talented adventurers. There will be likely action in the near future about the Drow in general. On a grimmer note, the Drow are declaring open war. This is no longer a war of subterfuge.
Okay.
They are fielding armies.
That's bad.
What do they?
This probably seems very self-centered from given the announcement that you have just made. As stated, one of our party members is a drow and is not working with them. Do you have any way that we could, like a symbol or something that she could carry so that she wouldn't be attacked on sight if we're
Well,
working with people?
unfortunately, other than your group identifier and then possible rise to fame, unfortunately, there's not a lot we can do about that.
Much.
There will be a lot of tensions in the near future.
I'm gonna close those windows.
The last time that the Drow invaded, I was a younger man, and there was a lot of prejudice involved.
Rough times.
You were present?
Yeah. I'm a bit older than I look.
Are you true-blooded?
I am.
I have a lot of respect for his work.
Thank you. Well, it'd be a lot better if everyone done it.
The world would certainly be more simple. So, thank you very much for your time. You are free to go.
Thank you for everything you've done. And yeah.
Thank Islander as well.
That guy who invented post-it notes. Okay. Is there a way I could contact my crew?
Islander?
Your crew,
Elendel can contact me if he wants.
I could facilitate a sending spell if you wished.
Nah, it'd probably just be easier if I... That's fine. I've got it.
Very well.
Do you want to go back to your crew? Or are you sticking with us for a bit?
I mean, I'll arrange meetings with my crew, but until then I might as well stick with you guys. I was tasked with guarding you.
That is true. You were. And you've done a job of it. Yay.
You've done a job of
You've done a job of it.
I hope so. So
Pretty
it is
much
my job.
the only thing he's guarded us from is our physical fight. So
I hope so. It was my job.
So, you guys are let loose into the city.
Into the wild.
yeah. Let loose with no money.
What did he think of my tattoos?
It was not mentioned.
Cool.
I'm so glad Stan isn't with us because the second he would have heard that guy's technically a genie, he would have gone to find
Shove him in a bottle!
to
I need it.
ask for some wishes. Yeah.
So, the butler leads you outside. The government building is not far from here. If you simply, and then he leads you. I don't have the map in front of me, but you have been there prior. This was where you met Captain Bigman when you were
Captain
riding-
Bigman!
Big bird.
and General Smallman.
Woo!
Let's
Let's go, Smallman!
Thank you for leading us here.
You are most welcome.
Knowing us, we would have gotten lost. So
What the fuck is next, guys? Oh my.
we have to
We have to find
do
a name.
paperwork.
I want to find Stan.
We have to do paperwork first.
You guys can do paperwork. I'm gonna contract
We
my
should
crew while you do
probably
that.
ask Oscar what he
It is also true that if you were to join a second adventuring guild,
You would be taxed double.
you would be taxed on both incomes separately, which could be amounted to
Wait,
double
we're
tax.
taxed?
Not if you move cities. If you set up roots in a city, you owe that place tax. But if you don't have a home base, who you paying tax to.
Gotcha.
It's not really about who's going to catch you. It's like if you don't live somewhere, you don't owe them anything. Like, you can do freelance work anywhere as long as you don't have a house there. You're going to get taxed where you live. If you don't live anywhere,
No taxes.
So, how do you plan to contact your crew?
See, I have a funny psychic thing. I'm just going contact the child.
I do believe it's on this plane of existence, isn't it? That's the limit.
Yeah.
So, you contact the child.
And you don't manage to.
Child.
No!
I really thought that's
You
where
went
it
to
was
the
going.
portal to hell!
They've been
Hey,
captured.
you
by
there?
me.
Are you busy?
Yeah, man, what's up?
So we ended up back at Titan's Rock.
My mortal enemy.
Ah, you've been teleporting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just a little.
So we were waiting for you, like we
Yeah.
said.
Yeah.
We've been here just waiting. So you can see we're free to go back to Titan's Rock then.
Yeah, it's all
Great. We'll take 2 weeks to go back to Titan's Rock as thanks for that.
Why are you sassy?
Oh, that's delightful.
It was a
Come on,
lumberjack
man.
situation.
Come on!
Come on, man.
Come on!
We don't have a choice. We're gonna have to come back.
I think I had a rougher time than you did.
Oh, most definitely. We just chilled out the front. We done our trading mission. We got paid, by the way.
Oh, nice.
So yeah,
You weren't with us.
you've got about I don't know. I got 25 gold, so you've probably got about 50 to 70.
Yes.
That's phenomenal. That just I'm really
Just free
happy with
money.
that news. Can't wait till Tiso learns about it.
That's a good money.
Oh, not the money. Oh, he doesn't
What
care
do
about
you
the money. The fact that they've been stranded for a fucking
Wow.
week.
But yeah, you can come back whenever you're ready, or if you have anything to do on the way, just do it on the way back.
No, we were paid to go do this trading mission, and then we were told we would collect payment for the delivery on the way back. So we'll be heading back to collect our gold, which, by the way, you will probably also get a share of. I don't know how much Captain Stan's signed on for, but you know the man, he hates having guests.
Also,
Can't have been a
good
little bit.
news. Everyone survived the extraction.
Oh, nice, man. Nice. So does that mean we've got some new crew members?
Well, maybe. We'll find out.
Nice,
Nuh-uh.
man. Nice. Well, we'll be 2 weeks, so
Yeah.
enjoy your vacation.
I'm sure I will. Try your best.
So we need to stay here
I
for...
almost said the no word.
No, we don't.
We need to leave the day before they get back.
Yeah, we really do.
13 days in future.
Well, I
Guys, we
would
gotta
say-
go. We gotta go.
Now that there's a war,
Yeah, now that there's a war.
we want to find Stan, and we want to get that orb back.
Captain Stan's on his way.
Yeah.
Does anyone have
Just like
anything from the elf camp?
Elf camp?
The in the woods with the bear.
Oh.
Because
I have
when
Strowman's
Oscar
number.
gets better,
I mean,
I have
when
I
Oscar
have
gets better, we could ask him to teleport us there if we have something.
Yes, I
To get the orb.
To get the, I want my fucking
Well,
orb
to
back.
help them with the necromancer that we didn't kill.
He brought back as well.
no, I'm sure it's fine.
They were very capable guys. We took care of them.
They were massively
They were
capable.
very
Unfortunately for me, they were really capable
Yeah.
guys.
I'll still in fact do help!
Oh yeah,
Bang!
we do.
Bang!
Help! Help!
actually.
Call an ambulance, but not for me, bitch!
I think his name was Spuzzle Trunk.
Yes.
It was, yes.
yeah, I put Fozzle Trunk.
Oh,
And Fizzlebottom.
no, get
Yeah, it was Fizzle Bottom and Swazzle Trunk.
Why are you going through my tools? That wizard hat is not from that. That's from the wizard on the ship.
Is it?
I thought it was from.
No.
Yeah.
No, I gave that away.
He
Oh
yeah.
yeah, you give it back.
Yeah, he gave it to... Who did you give it to?
I gave it to Hazelbottom's parents.
You did, yes. Yeah, you
Because
did.
he loved that hat
Yeah.
so much.
Is it even worth going after fucknuts?
You do have
Stan.
No, what's his name? The other guy.
Swazzle.
Maynark. Yeah, Maynark.
Well, you don't know where Maynark is. So that's the
I
toughest.
have the orb,
I
so it's
knew
fine.
where he was briefly.
Yes.
I suppose he'll have forgotten everything about us.
Yes, he will.
Oh, hey, you good to see. Bam!
From his perspective,
Oh,
we
hello.
raised him from the
You,
dead.
you brought me back to life.
And then
Yeah.
bullied him relentlessly for like a week, and then he stole
I
our
mean, if,
shit.
Bullying and
if we
crime.
bullied him relentlessly, that's harassment and that's a crime.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah.
That's true. He would only remember the positive interactions,
Oh.
which is not a lot, but he would remember them.
There's
bought
some
him
really
clothes.
random people just brought him back from the dead, and then were like,
No, he would remember.
He
He would remember the
remembers
previous. He would remember that you guys showed up, helped him fight something. He doesn't know what happened in that fight.
he
You
died in
resurrected
that
him 2 weeks later.
fight. He was killed by the creature they were fighting.
Well, he doesn't know.
He
Definitely.
almost was. So yeah.
But he remembers that he possibly died of wounds or something. And then you brought him back, but with a huge delay that he was really upset about. And then you robbed him.
You wouldn't
Which-
remember that.
Well, he would remember it because, actually, technically speaking, an adventuring guild looting something is not a crime. But you also didn't give it back, which is rude. Not a crime, but rude.
We did give him other clothes.
You did give him other clothes. Non-magical versions, but clothes.
So we were just a bunch of strangers that brought him back from the dead after having thought he was dead. So we took his stuff, and that's normal. That's fine.
Yeah, we were just like kind of dickish.
Yeah, looting
Yeah.
looting is legal in D&D.
Only
Well,
really
let's not
hates
care
Stan.
about him.
You can remember Needle and his conversation
Yeah, yeah.
about allegiance.
And then he'd also remember robbing you blind,
Yeah,
running away,
and that he owes me 1,000 gold. Mhm.
possibly.
Okay. Well, let's not bother with him for now then.
So, next point of action, while Theodore is contacting his ship's crew, I believe you said that you were going to the government building to fill out the paperwork so that you are no longer breaking the law while doing your adventuring guild.
Hey.
So, you arrive at the central government building
Oh,
of
God,
Titan's
not admin.
Rock.
I play D&D to get away from admin.
Oh god.
I play D&D for
The
shopping episodes,
DMV.
but only because it annoys Deal.
Oh, okay, yeah.
You arrive there,
Shopping episode.
and the receptionist politely informs you that you need an appointment,
You're in the wrong line.
and that if you'd like to make an appointment, you can. And then, as this is happening,
Someone
General
walks in.
Smallman walks by.
Yo.
You see him, you just catch him out the corner of your eye.
Oh, we know him. Can we get?
As you say, we know him, he like turns round and is like, oh,
Hello, small.
hello,
Hello, Mr. Smallman.
hello.
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 Do their offices close at 2 p.m?
No, they're competent. Arvel keeps them that way.
Oh.
We're doing admin, but we're not very good at doing admin. Could you give us some help and advice?
Oh, I goddamn love admin. What's going on?
We have to. Our adventuring identity paperwork was stolen, so we need new ones.
Oh, excellent. That's completely solvable. That's not an issue. Why don't you step into my office? And he leads you to the... It's the same glass door with the General Smallman.
Oh wow, we can sign up to a guild now.
Yeah. Yeah. Literally the last time you saw him, like 2 weeks ago, you got the paperwork for signing
That
up for
one
a
time I
guild.
finally got
And
an
then-
identity card and then lost it.
Yes, essentially. And then the next time you see him, you're like, it was stolen. So he's like, tracks.
Yeah.
So,
I forgot that's what we did.
Yeah.
again, as we did last time, you're going to need to pick a name
Uh-huh.
and then list the current members.
We'll get back to you in 3 to 5 weeks.
Can we please be the stands? I don't think that would go for one.
The trench coat.
The three
Resolute
stands.
guy.
Let's call
You've
ourselves
named yourself
The
Tan.
3 stands, how many are there? 4.
We should call ourselves Tan and
The stands.
Call
Stands.
yourself no stands.
no stands.
Call
The
yourselves, have you
Stanless.
found our stand yet?
Guys, we're looking for Stan Guild.
I kind of like the 3 stands, to be fair. Just 'cause
We should
it's
call
so
ourselves Island Hills
No.
Games.
Like, Island does.
I'll do that.
I would
They'll
feel
just
so
like
Just four smoking hot adventurers seducing your way through your missions.
looking for
I'll
love.
find him.
Five of us. Oh no, he's not in a group.
Oh, the
Oh,
idea that
just
Island, they'll
whatever.
just use his sending if we're about to.
Theodore
like,
can be in
stop
your
that.
group if he gets permission from his other guildmaster
Let's call
to be
ourselves
in
the Golden
joint
Sheep.
adventuring.
The golden sheep. Yeah. To be fair,
The
I
golden rat.
like rummage around in my.
That's already a thing.
In my
What, is it a
bag,
guild?
and I just pull out the
No,
little goat
probably not.
that I bought as soon as we got our name.
Oh, we should call ourselves the Golden Crabs.
Yes.
The golden mollusk.
No.
The mollusks!
The mollusks! They're back!
No.
Just in
not
huge
that
block
easy.
capitals, the mollusks.
Needle clutches her head.
4 exclamation marks.
Oh,
The Golden Crab?
it doesn't ring like the golden goat.
It feels
And
wrong.
I
The
have a
golden
goat.
goldfish.
still
I
think
know
the
it's already
three
gold,
stances
but
very funny. I have a goat mascot.
It,
What do I do with the goat mascot if we're not the goats
The
anymore?
goat-
it feels wrong
Its
to
name
make a
is
guild
Goldie.
without the stand.
the
Stand
I
silver
don't
gold.
like it.
Goldie the goats.
Goldie the goats.
Like Benny and the Jets.
Bad needle noise.
Goldie and the Goats!
Goldie and the goats. Cool. Which one of you is Goldie? None of us.
No.
He's
None of
gone.
us. He's left.
Goldie left. Sure. We'll come up with a name. And then we file it and then it's all good.
I will remind you that until there is a name, I can set you up with a contract that will automatically link to another page. But until there is a name, it is not a legally binding contract. I'll also need all the current members.
Sorry, you said link you to another page, and I pictured like a human page, like.
No, a piece of paper.
No, I know. I just.
Yes.
A human page.
Yeah, like.
Yeah.
the
Yeah, it's a
page
job
is-
title.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh! I was like,
Like a
that
pager.
paper. Human.
Person shape.
Yeah.
I thought like an internet link, but
Me too.
opens a new tab.
This is terrible. We've had like. Pardon?
No, we've had like 6 weeks of not doing anything or
We're
planning.
still not doing
And
anything.
we could have been coming up with a name. So 6 weeks and we just.
I didn't know
I don't
if
wanna
it
abandon
legally
it.
you have to do that. I forgot that it was illegal to not have a legal party.
Bumblebees.
To be fair, with our track record, we've forgotten a lot of things are illegal.
Anyone have good suggestions?
I still think the 3 stands is great.
The Golden Wolves.
No!
Oh.
No!
No.
No! No.
No.
Yeah, there are.
Bread.
Party name, do the roll.
Theo, name our group.
I thought you were proposing.
The mango.
Okay, well.
Why?
It's after his ship.
I don't know. I panicked. I was thinking about my ship. I panicked, and I'm sorry.
I do think if we name ourselves something.
The bountiful bees.
That is quite cute.
No!
If we name ourselves something Stan related, you probably have a better chance of joining us because your captain's name is Stan and he might be swayed.
He's not that vain.
Seemed like he would be.
He might be actually.
But we don't have to do that. That was more of a joke.
I don't want Stan to be sad when he comes back.
Stan's
So we
gonna be sad when he comes back.
we should pick
regardless,
something
because we
he'd
have a new
approve of.
friend.
When Stan comes back, you'll have the Golden Goats again.
And also,
Yeah.
we'll have to kick out the new friend.
We'd be temporarily not the Golden Goats. Can that be our name?
Technically, there's no reason you couldn't be
It's soon to be
temporarily
the Golden
not
Goats
the Golden
again.
Goats.
Soon to be the Golden Goats again. Or just the Golden Goats again.
The Golden Goats 2.
2.0.
This
The
sequel.
Golden Goats 2.0.
Electric
I
Boogaloo.
like the Golden Goats again.
Just in brackets.
The Golden
Oh,
Goats.
yeah.
It's again.
Again.
Yes.
That's our
So,
party name.
and he writes it on the sheet of paper, the Golden Goats again.
Yes.
And then he takes your names. Does anyone lie about their name?
No.
Wonderful. So the names he adds are
Broken.
Rockan.
Soren.
Needle.
Teasel.
I need to wait for confirmation.
Okay, I'm just
Please
confirming.
wait, I need to wait for confirmation.
I need to wait. Is that serious or is that your name?
So, as I was explaining, the piece of paper will update automatically, linked with a piece of paper in this building.
Just refresh the paper and it'll load in all new.
So, if you were to add another member, you're more than welcome to do so on the sheet of paper.
Good.
I will remind you, anyone not on this sheet of paper is not acting under your guild's official purview.
Okay.
Perfect.
Wonderful. Thank you very much. I
Thank
hope you have a wonderful day.
exactly, yeah.
I have a question.
What is your question?
Do you have a log of all of the guilds?
He pulls out a absolutely gigantic tome that as he's opening it, it's written in the smallest script you've ever seen, and it's still thousands of pages long.
Is there a guild that has a bunch of people called Lapidarius at all?
Oh.
Lapidarius. He goes through them. It takes him a while. Eventually, he comes down to one at the bottom. There is one here where the leader is a Paulina Lapidaria. They're currently under the name the Moonlit Knight.
Thank you.
That wasn't one of us, was it?
No.
No. Oh, it was Rowena, that's...
Do you know where they're based at all?
They are not listed as having an official address, unfortunately.
Good to know.
Do you know where they were last working?
He looks through. It looks as if they currently have a contract open with a city on Strain, actually. It looks as if they have an open contract for defence. It looks as if the name of the city's been redacted.
That's a bad error to have in official paperwork.
It is.
Oh no.
I will endeavour to fix it. However, at the moment I can't actually do anything about this. I can inquire with some of my higher ups, but it is possible that they're doing something that is above the general pay grade of your average citizen.
That would make sense.
Is it night nighttime, or is it night
K.
okay.
Knight.
Night.
Out of character.
The
can I
Moonlit
ask,
Knight.
Is the city redacted because you don't know what happens to said city? Yeah.
No.
Okay. I was thinking. Wait a minute.
Greydrop is not
Greydrop?
on the continent of Strain.
Okay. Is that just Greydrop? But you can't say what it is because we don't
Is
know.
Greydrop on the train?
No.
Oh.
It's on the same continent as the small elvish society that you guys visited. It's Gaffa is an island, probably about 4 or 5 weeks travel from Greydrop.
Oh my god.
Quicker on boat, probably about a week on boat.
We have.
How else?
What?
How else would you travel that?
You could from Kiafa. Well, you could teleport and it would be instant. But you can take a small ferry across to the mainland and then walk the mainland,
Right.
which would be about 4 weeks of walking.
But since there's the docks.
Since there's docks, it would be quicker to go all the way around and up the river. That's what was causing most of the issues in Greydrop, is that they control the river.
You can't give us the city. Can you give us any other information about their contract? Like what they're doing?
They're providing defence for the city. It looks as if I would... Process of elimination. It's probably not going to be Raven's Point. I don't think they've ever needed protection from an outside company. I would assume that it is an above ground city. That leaves... Let me look up the names of all the...
He pulls out more books.
He goes on 5 more homes and a world map.
he probably does pull out a world map.
Okay, so I'm looking at the atlas here and...
Let me see if I bring up the map and I will tell you what he would say.
How did you forget your elbows?
I forgot my elbows. I couldn't sleep last night because my elbows hurt so bad.
Oh. Do you want painkillers? I don't have painkillers.
I
I don't
have
know why
painkillers.
I offered.
That's so fucked up.
I think I have.
I have
have
painkillers, but they're
painkillers.
not ones I can share. So they're prescription. So
It's
I've got-
okay.
I've
It's just
got
my
some normal
wrist being
ones.
janky.
Oh.
And it spreads.
like your brace.
Okay, looking on strain.
I've got fast painkillers.
Ooh,
With caffeine in them.
Ugh.
they make the pain faster.
Yes.
Oh,
I would say that they would be either defending. There are 3 major strongholds that would likely require defending. There is the Iron Thorn, which is a small mining village. Lots of money, quite bandit heavy in terms of activity, given the amount of money they have. There is the capital of Strain, a city called Orlea. They, as capitals do, sometimes contract out their defences. I believe Titan's Fist was there not more than a year ago. We restocked at Allure. And the third one would be the Hollow.
sleepy.
Interesting. Well, thank you.
He closes his 7 dictionaries.
Yeah.
He rolls back up the matless. The mapless.
Matless.
The mapless.
The mappy. The map. The map. The mapple.
The map.
I'm the map.
One
I'm
of
the
these
map.
things is
I'm the
much
map.
more honest than the other.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's out of the way.
Do you have record of the original Golden Goat? Do you know if that's been like, because that was our previous one and it was stolen? It wouldn't have like come up again in places? Like,
He looks up. It looks as if you're all still listed members, along with. Looks as if it's someone called Stan, spelt slightly
When
differently.
you said stuff.
It might.
I wrote.
Okay, it's just.
and if that's the case, then should we not be doing this, or?
No, if the piece of paper was stolen, I can redact that immediately, get that off.
No, leave it on, but because
We might get it
our aim is to get it back.
Oh, wonderful. Okay.
But we need this obviously to traverse legally.
So your intention is to, once you retrieve your original piece of paper, to condemn this current renaming.
Yes.
That is perfect sense.
Do you know who took the original?
Yes. We know. We have a lead.
Oh, nice. So you can get it back.
Yes.
Good.
Is there any tracking to them or
Yeah.
any way?
If the group is under contract, there's sometimes the contract updates automatically. There are certain legal steps you can do to inform people of the type of work that you're doing. If you sign a legally binding contract in the vicinity of this piece of paper, it will automatically update on what your current job is likely to be. It looks as if the Golden Goats is not under any legally binding contracts as of this moment.
No areas being listed.
Until there is a contract listed,
Yes.
we don't get given.
Very well.
Just realizing how lucky we are that we didn't
Yeah.
have one of those when we were working
Yeah.
for Ruby. Because I'm pretty sure, did we not sign a contract with her? So that would have
Her
been.
current job, assassination of. Oh.
Yeah, that would have been fucked.
Yeah, it's a good thing Stan did not write in that when he had that.
Yeah. Okay. Well, thank you, small one.
You are most welcome.
Always.
I hope you have a wonderful day.
You too.
We'll try not to get this one stolen.
If the piece of information I was requested, I will be requesting the name of the city. Would you like to be contacted in some capacity about this?
Yes.
Yes, actually,
Yeah,
that'd
is
be
that-
great.
Wonderful. If the information gets cleared up, I will do my best to contact you.
Thank
Thank
you
you.
so
Thank
much.
you so much.
You have a lovely day.
Yes.
I will.
I like this guy.
Yeah, he's great.
Fucking helpful.
Love having an
A
admin guy
very,
on the side.
a very
in the
rare.
Guy in the
breed.
chair. I'm sure we covered this last time, but I have no memory of it.
Is Captain Smallman,
General Smallman.
General Smallman, is he tall?
He is gnomish.
Oh.
No, I think he's dwarvish.
Okay.
Sorry.
It would have been really funny if he was like.
And
I
Like
don't
a
know.
lion.
him as small.
He's full-blooded orc.
Yeah, he's
Captain
just like.
Smallman, it's good to see you.
Yeah,
General, he worked hard for these promotions.
General.
He done a lot of paper pushing for those promotions,
Yeah,
guys.
I did, yeah.
Sorry, we get confused with Captain Bigman. He's our favorite guy.
Captain who?
Second favorite? Second favorite. Third
Captain
favorite?
Meow Meow.
Captain Meow Meow.
Yeah.
I've yet
we
to
have a
meet
lot of
Captain Meow Meow.
favorites.
If we...
So, you guys are let loose onto the city once again.
Shopping trip.
Oh, God.
I don't think you've been paid,
I
so...
have no money.
Yeah,
I
we
have
should.
money.
Do you think we could
I'm
ask?
rich.
Oh, I
Do
don't...
you think we could ask Arvo to pay us for that?
No.
For freeing your own friends?
We also got.
We did technically like.
We want to avoid mentioning as much of what happened as possible.
Why?
Because
I think legally we should get any of the goods that Ruby had on her. Like any of the money that they had, I think we should have.
we've
They were
committed
probably using
something
Oscar's
really
accounts.
wild.
Speaking of
100%, but they are damn near unlimited.
That does not correlate to why we should not. Ask.
What do you want to buy?
Be pushing
a notebook
this
and a
oh
quill.
yeah.
That'll
Yeah.
cost you like 2 copper.
I will buy a notebook.
You can buy a notebook. There's
I-
no
I-
interaction needed at all. Notebooks are super easy.
I start writing down frivolously everything I've learned about what happened.
I want to buy more beads.
No problem. We'll put that down to. Are you getting gems or just
No, just
like
wooden
glass
beads
glass
to
and
paint.
wooden beads?
Wooden beads.
No
to
bother.
paint.
Then call it 4 copper.
Cool.
Is Soren gonna be doing a little art session?
I can do art.
Oh God, not again.
Are you a calligraphy specialist?
Yeah. I can do calligraphy.
I
As
can
long
sew.
as it's not sewing.
Ooh.
I can sew.
Not him.
Oh, okay.
We don't want.
Oh, yeah, we
Vinny
don't need Vinny
wanting
sewing
to,
again.
To do some sewing again.
So
I don't know. I wanted to sew.
Also, I would like to add that I'm anytime I write in this book, I'm writing it in undercommon.
not a
So
problem.
that people can't read it.
Can you,
I could
can you
do
teach me
deep
to read
speech,
Undercover?
but I don't know if that's a written language.
Deep
Do you
speech.
use our names or
I'll
not?
write it in deep speech.
Do you use our names or do you
Yeah.
use like nick? Well, not nicknames.
You turn around and it is like phonetically it reads like rocks scraping across each other.
Yeah.
Like deep speech is a harsh guttural language, and it's written phonetically using English characters.
How did you write that out? I'm picturing like when you like.
The
Those
entire thing is like
stupid
an
memes about
onomatopoeia of like a rock going down a hill.
Yeah.
I'm picturing like those stupid memes about people speaking emojis out loud.
Yeah.
How the fuck did you say that?
Just whale sounds. What the fuck?
I love the idea.
Are you
that
writing
it
our
just,
names in like
yeah.
some code? Just because if anyone who can't read Undercommon reads it, they're probably someone who will want to. If someone who does understand Undercommon reads
It's in
it,
deep
they'll want to
speech.
kill every person mentioned in it.
It's in deep speech.
As long as
So
our
it's
names
more. It's
are
more niche.
yeah. Excellent.
What do these words mean?
I
See what they
love,
mean.
I love the idea.
No.
That deep
Wow.
just sounds like
Yeah.
Yeah, kinda.
rocks in a tumble dryer.
You're a rock now, tumble dryer.
Whoa.
I believe there was some mention of going and speaking to Oscar.
I think
Is that something you're still
Oscar.
pursuing?
Yes.
yeah.
Hospital
Wonderful.
time.
We need to speak to Oscar and figure out what the fuck we're doing. So there's a war now, so the stakes are kinda gone
Were there ever
to some
stakes?
extent.
Yes. It's been a long time since.
You guys make your way over to the hospital. It's actually very close to the official government building because it's run by the
Government?
military guilds.
Big go.
So it is kind of a
It was a
military
military
hospital. And it's near the government building because that's near where the barracks are. You guys make your way in. Nice and simple to find. It's a big white building. There's lots of signage to make sure it's nice and easy to find. You guys walk in. Hi, how may I help you?
We're looking for some patients that were brought here this morning. Was it this morning?
It was.
This morning.
Oscar and Maltera, they...
Wonderful. Can I have a species?
Of
Of
him.
them.
What's your species?
Can I have a name? Soren?
Don't you
Wood
have
Elf and Genasi. Genasi, right?
She is, yeah.
Yes.
Wonderful. She looks through some paperwork at the front desk. They are just down the hall, first door on your left. They look as if they are in our non-intensive care unit.
Brilliant.
Let's go.
Awesome, thank you so much. Going. Just no niceties. Heading straight there.
You head in. You can see that Oscar and Maltera are at opposite ends, just beds facing each other. Oscar looks as if he is completely conked out asleep, and Maltera is up, and you can see that she is knitting.
Aww.
Guys, Arts and Craft Day.
Arts and Craft Day!
Tiso kills.
Diesel throws himself out the window.
Oh,
and on the
guys.
first floor
It's
crying
nice to
crap.
see you.
Hi, how are you? How?
Better, a little better.
That's good. So there's I was gonna say there's good news and bad news. I think there's just bad news.
Just bad.
We're alive. Where everyone's alive.
Everyone's alive.
That is good news.
Good.
Also, people turned themselves in for being criminals.
Yeah, that's
That
all
was good.
sorted.
That's fabulous.
Yeah.
I like
Kind
that.
of.
They turned themselves in for impersonating you and Oscar and some of your crew.
It does seem more likely they were caught.
Well, they were caught before we retrieved you, but then they admitted guilt because we had concrete proof.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And apparently they're hunting a criminal named Stan now.
Ah.
That's
not-
a separate issue.
Fine.
We're getting to that. We're sorting that out.
Okay.
Is that not good news?
Nope. It's complicated. We'll fill you in at another point.
Okay.
On another though, the Drive declared war openly, so that's fun.
Well, they did lose some high-end prisoners recently.
Yeah. Yeah. So that might be our fault. Again.
I can
Come
I can see a world where it is. Yeah.
That was uncalled for.
It's not your fault. Don't
They were
blame
gonna
yourselves.
Very called for.
They were
This
gonna
is the
kill them
second
if
time.
we
It
had.
was the Drow's fault for kidnapping
This
in
is
the
the
first
second
place.
time, though.
It was. No victim blaming in this house.
I will not stand for it.
Thank you,
I
Theo.
will sit for it though.
I am sitting.
Yeah.
Where'd you get a chair?
But
You turn around, Theo's in the only chair.
Oh, come on. Not the corner chair. No.
The cup chair.
I'm not beating the allegations, guys.
what if how is your healing going? What have they been saying?
It's good. I think we're going to make a full recovery. I would suspect that my voice is going to be not changing for a while. My fire will always be a little dimmer, I fear, but I should live the same amount, so
That's good.
what can you say?
Is there any
Sorry,
way...
I looked at you.
What? I was sad about Volterra.
Me too.
Is there any way I would know how to fix this if you...
You get the sense that this would be closer to, like, from your medical knowledge, this would be closer to a regenerate spell than it would be anything else, which is a 7th level spell.
Yeah, maybe a little over... Oh, I need a road history. That's nice. That just popped up on screen.
That was ages ago.
Yeah. Afraid I do not have regenerate.
Regenerate specifically for fixing, like, long-term damaged organs or regrowing lost limbs.
But one day. One day.
One day.
It is something clerics get access to eventually.
Eventually.
One day I'll be the best cleric the world's ever
So,
seen.
how can I help?
I think our next goal, our next course of action is to go and find Stan. So,
Ah, yes, the criminal.
criminal
to hunt him down
Sure.
and
that's a-
bring him to
bring him
justice.
to justice.
That's the way I'm viewing it.
Yes.
Yes. Were you conscious yesterday? Was Montera conscious when we introduced
She
Theo?
dipped in and out.
Just to refresh your memory, this is Theo. He's
Nice to meet you.
Theodore.
really law-abiding.
There's no
Very-
need to be rude.
Wonderful. I can see that you're, what's the correct term?
Pain in the arse.
Fallen angel? Angel? Rising
Is that an
angel?
insult?
I mean, it's not wrong. I am technically an angel and a fallen angel at that, but I try my best to help.
I've met a couple ASMR that are attempting to reascend, so to speak. I presume that's the boat you're in.
Hopefully, but I wish to do it through my own ways.
That's good to hear. Mind if I ask the heritage?
Oh, dear.
Wonderful, wonderful. God of justice and
Progressive.
punishment.
No, it's pronounced God of vengeance.
I can't do that.
Don't make fun of her, God.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what we're
Are
doing.
you hoping to speak to Oscar?
We just wanted to make sure you guys were getting treatment and
We're receiving food, care, that type of thing.
that is
Mostly we
good.
have exhaustion more than any other problem.
Hey, I can get rid of
They're still at 3 levels each.
that. Oh, I removed some.
I know. They were 1 away from death.
God damn.
They were both 1 level from death.
No,
No, I.
Yeah.
Oscar was one less.
To begin with, I would say. They were both pretty much 1
No,
level.
but I mean,
Oscar
Oscar was
got
one
put
less
back.
to begin with.
Yes,
Volterra had
but then
1
you
point.
can only heal 1 at a time. So how many spell slots did you spend on it?
I think I spent. I know Oscar was fully healed, but I think Volterra had 1
Yes, Oscar was fully healed, but he's still overall just traumatized and dying. But Maltera, I think she's got like 2 or 3 left. Or at least she does on my notes.
Yeah.
Because otherwise you would have spent... Maltera would have had 5, and Oscar would have had 4. So you would have had to have spent 9 spell slots. And I don't think you have 9 to spend.
I think
No, I
Oscar
can
was
do
at-
both of them with 1 spell slot.
Can you?
Yeah, I can choose up to 5.
up to
For
5 creatures.
Greater Restoration.
For Prayer of Healing.
Does that remove exhaustion?
Yeah, benefits of a long rest.
Oh, sorry,
Which would
yes.
remove
Which would remove exhaustion. I was thinking you were casting restorations.
Nah.
So they can both be fully recovered from the exhaustion, but they're still generally fatigued. They're under care.
They're EP.
They're EP.
They're low EP.
They've had some trauma, guys.
No.
No way.
Some character building.
I can wake up Oscar if you need a scry or a spell or a teleport or something to go find them.
Just so we don't know where he is.
We know where he was.
We know where he was
We
going.
know where he was, but we also know where we could find something
Yeah.
for us to see where he is. I'm just putting that out there. Not that I don't want to find him as soon as possible.
Doesn't he
We've
live
no
next to where
leads
you're
on
from?
Yeah,
How to find him right
we
now.
know where he was going, and we know where he was going is how far from
A
my
country.
No,
No?
because he lived. In
Well, you don't know the exact location of the place he was going, but he did continuously tell you that it was the mountains near your homeland, which is like a 2-day stroll from your home village.
But it's still a range of mountains.
And it is like saying,
Like-
yeah, he lives in the Himalayas,
Yeah, okay.
Like,
fair.
Maybe Oscar's into the Himalayas.
That's true.
Yeah, just
He
I
would
mean,
explore your
but still a
I
case
mean,
of where did he
It
find
narrows
them
it
from there?
down.
there were giants up there, and Oscar did study giants.
Maltera studied
Yeah, that's
giants.
sort of giants.
But didn't they do it together?
Yes, but she was studying giants. He's an artificer. He was doing his own shit wherever he goes.
I mean,
I mean,
Maltera, did you ever, when you were doing your studies on giants, were you ever in the, what are the mountains called? Character, what are they called?
I don't think I named them because they're your home. So if you'd like to name them now, you can. If not, I'll
they
name
didn't.
them.
The Mango Mountains.
The Mango Mountains.
Mount Masuve Mango.
I'm not saying that with a straight face.
What, you don't like Mount Vesuva Mango?
You would know that the mountain range itself, the entirety of it, is known as the Basket because it's a huge, like, craterous mountain thing around a thing, and in the centre is the town of the Harvest Basket, which is a very prosperous farming community. Essentially because the mountains block all the major weather events that are happening around it.
How did they get? What did you say?
What? Which
A
aspect
very-
is confusing
A
you?
very what?
Prosperous.
Prosperous
what?
farming community.
My brain went market community, and I was like, how the fuck do they?
No,
do
so they
market stuff?
grow massive amounts of food in there because there's just like the weather protected by the mountains. So like it can rain a bunch in there, but the wind tends to get blocked by the mountains. It's the same reason your community lives in the giant forest, the elven forests, because the trees block a lot of the weather.
The Basket mountain range near in Unstrain.
I've been to the top end of the Baskets. Most of my work was done in the far ice ranges, up past Thorn, up past the Iron Thorn.
When you were, if you were there even briefly, would you have ever stumbled upon a group of kobolds living possibly?
Oh god, yeah. There's
within-
blasted tons of the things in those mountains.
Wasn't he living in a cave that was
An entrance.
an entrance to the Underdark?
Yep.
Well, I've
Did you
never
ever-
been to the Underdark, but,
Wait, how do we teleport back from any of these places?
well, it's untrue to say that now, I suppose. I've been to the Underdark now.
Well,
You've never been willing.
Sorry.
Why are you apologising?
Okay, we've been to the Underdark, I guess.
You've done nothing wrong. There's
We
no need to
infiltrated the
apologise.
Underdark. That's a good thing to put on the adventuring roster. We infiltrated the Underdark. That's a cool thing to be able to say.
Can't prove it though.
No, we can't. But we know in our hearts. Anyway,
But yeah,
sorry.
there's blasted tons of the things up north.
Yeah, of course there is. Okay.
They tend to, what's the word? Overpopulate. They're,
The horny little bastards.
well, they give birth in clutches that are raised communally. So you're talking 3 or 4 couples can spawn 40, 50 new little koboldlings.
Koboldlings. Koboldlings.
Alright.
And then they're raised communally, so there's a lot.
Yeah.
Wait, did you say the Iron Thorn was near there?
The Iron Thorn is near the Basket range, but it's a large, it's like a big circle with a central area.
Oh. Good to know.
It ranges pretty much from the Hollow to up past Ironthorn, fully encompassing the Harvest Basket.
Okay, probably the best bet is to get the orb. Yep. Do we have a way to get back there?
That's the issue.
Out of character,
Mhm.
if I showed Oscar my carcass hammer
Yeah.
Would he be able to like track its origins, or
It would. You would have to ask him. It would be one of those things of how long it's been in your possession would dictate where it comes from, essentially.
what about a spell book that belongs to
Yeah, I have
Possibly.
Swazzle's spell.
spell trunk?
Swazzle spell trunk.
It's full legal name.
Legal name.
Damn, you hit him with a church name.
Damn.
Certainly have something.
Swazzle spell trunk. Okay, well,
I got my
orb.
arm daggers.
Armies.
Arm
Bracers?
daggers.
Your bracers with daggers?
Bracers. The daggers that I've
It
completely
sounds like you
forgotten
have
I
a bunch
have.
of stuff. Like, Oscar's bound to be able to lock onto one of them. He can teleport you there.
Let's go.
And we know someone there that could teleport us directly to. Yeah.
Yeah, Brave Sun.
Raveson, he could teleport us directly to Stan when we scry on him.
That's true. Because
Yeah.
we'd be scrying on him.
It would just be getting
Oh,
out.
because the whole issue was that we didn't have a scrying orb, and yeah.
Yeah.
Parchment one sheet.
And they were giving you payment in the form of that teleport. You would have to pay for it.
No,
If you were just there.
Well, that's another issue, but
We'll go kill the guy again.
There's a world where that works.
Infinite money glitch.
If you keep letting them bury him there.
Yeah. Okay.
also hopefully it's the last fucking time we need to go. Oh no, that's Strawman now, but
Hey, you get to see your
I'll
guy
get to
again.
see
We
your
can
guy
get
again.
things back. We can get Stan's things back.
I believe I
It'll be
came
good
up with the
apology.
name. I've sent it to you.
What? Oh, for the mountain.
Yeah.
New group name just
New
dropped.
group name, guy. To be fair, it wouldn't be a bad group name.
You would know that the mountain range near your homeland
Yes.
was called the Silver Thistle Mountain. It was so named because it had very pointy edges on the side of it, so the silhouette, the shadow that it cast, was a big thistle.
That is near
That's
steel
really cool.
thorns.
Cute.
that's your one good idea for the month.
Well, back to being useless.
Sorry,
fool.
Silver Thistle mountain or mountain range?
It's a mountain. It's a singular. That's one of the mountains in the mountain range.
That's got
Okay.
those parasite kobolds living in it.
I know parasites.
Well,
By definition, though, they are vermin.
And possibly a virus.
I
Okay.
love them. Kobolds.
Stop that.
No.
You see that
He's back to being
Maltera
useless
reaches
for now.
behind, grabs her pillow, and just launches it across the room at Oscar, who jerks awake a little
She did
bit,
say she could wake him up.
and is like, "Oh, guys, hi,
Husband.
how's things?"
Hi.
And then Maltera's like, "Pillow, pillow," and he takes it and throws it back to her.
Aww.
I love the idea that that's what they do when they're bored. You just throw pillows
Yeah.
at bang!
Hello, hello.
Hello! Hello toss! Bang!
It hurts a lot more when she does it.
Yeah.
Okay, well,
Yeah, her vocal cords are fried, but she's still a high-level barbarian.
unfortunately, we're well.
leaving.
Yeah.
Making our way.
Maltera can explain.
Small adventure.
But we were wondering if there was any way you could teleport us again.
Yeah, not an issue.
Do you have
Yeah.
the? Could you?
Unfortunately, I'm not a wizard, so I can't re-prepare spells. So I always have teleport.
Takes his braces off and hands them.
Lads, how long will we be gone for, roughly?
Probably
We don't really know. It
about
depends how long it takes to round
7 to
Stan.
20 weeks.
Yeah.
I think I might need to miss.
6 to 8 weeks.
Actually.
Six to 9 days.
69
69 days?
Is Strain
No,
closer-
6 to 9 days.
Is
Sorry.
Strain closer to the papaya than...
It's the papaya's at Strain.
Oh! What? That's perfect. Let's
Well,
go.
The strain got Catha. No, Rahort is Catha.
Rahort is Cathva, but the mountains are in Strain.
Yeah,
Right.
so we're going to be
We're
in strain
going to
eventually.
be in strain eventually.
Going on an adventure.
We're going on an adventure.
It does occur to you
I need to tell them.
that if you take 1 week to sort this out, they will be at the halfway back to Titans.
I'll need to tell
So
them.
you might
hey,
wish to update them on your current plans.
hey,
Tiso can tell he's thinking of this and tries to distract him.
change of plans. I'm going to Strain
Eventually.
Within
in a
the
couple
next-
of days.
Great, man. We still need paid at Titans.
You can pick me up at Strain. It's closer.
We don't know when we're
You
gonna
want us to
be
hang around for a
straight.
couple days?
No.
I mean,
No.
Go get
We're not doing 2
No,
weeks
no.
there and 2 weeks
Um,
back, my guy.
I'll
No, he
need to
doesn't
ask.
need it.
He doesn't need it.
I'll need to ask. I'm getting looks that might not be the right idea.
Who are
We
you
don't
asking?
know how long it's gonna take.
They're saying they don't know how long it's gonna take.
It could take up to 9 months, perhaps.
When you get to Strain,
Yeah,
is there a way for
take a
you to
phone call.
teleport?
It'll take 2 weeks maximum.
Listen, you're bouncing around a lot. Can you just teleport back to Titans in 2 weeks?
No.
No.
I don't know if we'll have the
No, we
teleport
can't know that.
ability to teleport, I'm afraid.
Leave something with Oscar.
Oh yeah, how are we getting back from the fucking mountains now?
Yeah.
We go to the Underdark again.
Find some.
What are we gonna
Kidnap some other wizard. Teleport us out!
I mean, I do have a business card for that wizard.
I thought you were gonna say I do have contacts with the drow. We can make it out. I was like, nah.
No, I don't- Wait a goddamn
Not
minute.
anymore. My street cred's
I've
gone.
got a way out!
I'm an
For
orc.
just me!
What have you got?
I can't cast banishment on myself.
That's true, yeah.
And just go back to
Yeah,
my
you can go
old
home
place.
for a bit.
Yeah.
You'll probably get cast out immediately somewhere
I'll get
else.
cast out somewhere.
Yeah.
Okay. I give him my bracelet.
I can scry on this. I don't know where it'll show me, and then I'll
Castle.
teleport to that place.
We want to go to
wait,
Catha.
wait. Sorry. If we're going to Kiatha to get the scrying orb so we can teleport to Stan.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
He can scry.
We're getting the scrying orb.
He can scry.
We're getting
He
the
can scry
scrying
on Stan.
orb.
Just send us straight to Stan.
Oh, that's actually a really good
Your
point.
fingers are digging so deep into my arm. I want the orb back.
We did leave
Your
a
mother should
live
just never-
necromancer.
Well, he wasn't
Well,
alive.
dead
We killed him.
necromancer.
Point of order. I don't know. I don't have anything of Stan's. There's a good chance I couldn't scry on him. I could try.
We still have.
I have a couple spell slots.
His poison.
We do have the poison he tried to kill us. Knock us out
It
with.
wouldn't kill.
As a reminder, if you're trying to scry on an individual, having an item will give them a massive disadvantage to throw off the spell, but they might still do it.
Would Stan need to make some form of saving throw?
Yeah, Stan would need to make a,
Oh.
a wisdom
Oh.
saving throw.
I'll bring up Stan's character
Oh, it's time for Stan's return.
sheet. Maybe.
Ugh.
So am I scrying on the, and he holds up the bracers, or and he holds up the
multiple
bottle?
Stans, okay.
Oh, I know
Or
you
the
do,
bracers.
but I recognise that. That's
No,
what
I
we
mean
do,
like
yeah.
I have multiple of
To
that
get to
Stan.
Kiatha to get the orb to scry on Stan. So we're basically trying to cut out the middleman.
Yeah,
You sick fuck.
How many times can you
nerdicus.
scry?
Oh, I've got 3 or 4 on me.
You
I
just
use
spam it on
poison.
Stan if he keeps.
I can do both.
If we try
Oh.
on Stan first, and if you can't do that, we'll go to Kiatha and get the orb.
Wonderful.
I'm so sorry. We'll get it eventually.
So,
The little guy.
I'll hand over a dry poison. Give a poison. Hello.
We'll go get our Stan back.
We'll go get our Stan.
My
back.
level 5 paladin, level 2 cleric, level 1 wizard.
Ugh.
My build. The build that does not work.
Oh, his name changed
So-
again.
That's
Yeah.
so disturbing.
so Stan,
Yeah.
I need a wisdom saving throw,
Mhm.
and you're going to have -5 to it because of the object.
No. So I have a +1. 6.
Yeah.
You watch as Oscar ritually pulls out this big sheet of metal, places it in the centre, and you can see he takes out his gigantic warhammer from a bag of holding he had near his bed. And you watch as he brings it down and smacks into the piece of metal, and it ripples. And the ripples in the metal start forming the image
That's smart.
of a kobold.
Yes.
You see a
My sweet boy.
black scaled kobold, or is this dark purple, is it?
That one was a
It's purple that you are now.
Purple.
Dark purple skinned kobold wearing full adamantium armour.
Oh, I forgot about the stupid.
In the big
War mode.
in the big cloak that he's got above him, you can see that he's still got his wooden appendages. He seems to be in a cave complex, surrounded by hundreds of kobolds.
Oh, he's a
Let's
child.
go.
And as he's doing it, Stan, I'm going to throw you a small curveball here.
Okay.
In your inauguration as King of the Kobolds,
Yeah.
what speech would you be making about your promises to bettering the land?
Oh
Gotta be yip yap.
God!
So, in complete gibberish, which Oscar translates by touching tongues onto the piece of metal.
He's licking the metal.
Well, it's a spell called tongues. And the metal automatically translates. You hear,
Titles.
give me 2 seconds in Yip Yak, and then switch to English.
Got it. Hang on.
What did
Thought
you
about it would be a lot.
It's your language.
I will lead us to victory against the gnomes. They will not steal land from us anymore, and they will not stand in our way as we advance. We will claim the mountains for our kind to grow.
You hear cheering in the crowd. You just hear chanting, King Stan, King Stan, King Stan, King Stan.
Yeah.
Seems like he's going by Stan.
Oh.
Is he? Oh yeah.
2 men.
Oh gosh.
Stan, in the background of you making this speech, you
There's
can
a
see
real
two
crowd.
marbled statues with gem eyes of your forgotten siblings.
There we go.
Nah, we'll get him back, man.
For McMahon!
Yeah.
And you hear the crowd goes absolutely wild as you hear ding ding and the spell ends.
Oh my god.
There we go.
There's a small single manly tear in Needle's eye.
I'm a
Just like,
single manly tear.
I'm so proud.
So,
King
this is a location I'm familiar with now. I can
Brilliant.
cast teleport to that location.
He's gonna hate us.
Swarmed by hundreds of kobolds immediately.
We're gonna get attacked immediately.
So guys, let's go and stab!
No. Ground rules. You don't touch him.
You stand.
No, that's not Theodore.
That wasn't
That's
Theo.
not Theodore, you goober.
Okay.
That was him saying what
That's
Stan's
what-
gonna do.
yeah, that was-
the minute you
So
show
a
up.
single no.
Yeah, the minute you
to
show
us.
up, it's shanking time.
Right.
You're getting shivved in the kidneys.
Does
Take
Stan
your
still
wizard
have
hat.
his billowing
I'm gonna-
cloak? The billows.
Yes.
would have saw
Yeah,
it.
it's still billowing.
I'm so proud.
It has not stopped billowing.
It's serving its
Give it
purpose.
to him.
Theodore,
He's so
Yeah.
cool.
I know that you are under the impression that Stan is a dangerous criminal who needs to be.
In
kept
Theodore's
justice.
perspective, you did not see a dragonborn there. You saw a kobold in big armour,
Yeah.
admittedly, but clearly a kobold surrounded by
That's a friend
kobolds.
called
That's our friend. He sometimes goes by Stan.
No, he doesn't. He's never
No,
gone by that.
no,
They-
no,
they
no.
were
It's
all-
spelled different. It's spelled
They were all calling him Stan in that.
But Stan's a very common name,
It
so it's
is.
not the guy
It's
that
a
they're looking
different-
I
for.
do have a
so just-
Captain Stan, I
Yeah,
suppose.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I just wanted to double check just because you're so very justice driven. I didn't.
Forgotten.
By that
Any-
other stand. Like
yeah,
the criminal
well, yeah, we
stand.
didn't want you
yeah.
to like get them mixed up just in case, just because.
I know you did say that that was your previous party member.
Yeah, but
We
that's
had
a
multiple.
different.
We
Yeah,
have
we
had
even
two,
had
at least
two
two party
stands.
members
That
named
is-
Stan.
that
Yeah,
is
there was
true.
another one called Stan.
Well, so
But
It was
just,
him. He was the dangerous criminal.
We
So,
we didn't part on the best of terms technically, so it may be a bit tense. Just
But
to
don't
know.
worry about that. That's
Yeah,
just-
that's just our own issue. He's
Yeah.
yeah.
so
I can't even say he's not a criminal.
am
but
I
he's
still
too
casting Scry on the other object? Or am I teleporting you straight there?
Wait, what's the other object?
bad. Your bracers.
Bracers.
Oh, my braces. No, we've got what we
No,
want.
we're gonna go straight to Stan.
Now?
wait, guys, what is the plan? Are we?
Maybe if we
Friendly
get
or
the
are we
smoke
jumping
ball,
in?
he'll be happy.
No! Oh God, you're right. No, never
we
again.
can entice him with that.
Not that thing. No.
The smoke bottle.
That would be even more cruel
Oh.
if we took it and we didn't give it back to him.
Will we give it away?
I drop it in the
I
fucking
actually
depths of the
support
ocean.
that. I think we should get his stuff back as an apology.
Well, the only thing we could get back is the smoke bottle, and
Steal the hat for Fizzle.
And Tiso won't do
I
that
got him
even
a
for
new
Stan.
hat.
I
I knew that.
He deserves to have his siblings' things back.
But he already has his siblings' things back. The only
Not
thing
the
he doesn't
smoke
have is the
bottle.
smoke bottle. That was Stan's. That wasn't his siblings.
Yeah, but he was upset. About
He doesn't need
We're
those.
on such a time limit.
We'll hug him and kiss it all right.
We can entice him
Just the
with
movement.
the smoke bottle. We can say we'll get it back for him if he
Why
joins
do you
us
want the
again.
smoke bottle back?
I don't.
I want my orb back.
That's a different issue.
They're not
As
saying that she's-
Brocan shouts, I want my orb back! We're gonna call it there for this week, guys.
Let's go!
Thank you very
So
much for
close to
tuning in.
deciding.
You have until next week to decide what to do. Thank you very much for joining us for a wonderful session
We're
of
gonna see our
Deal
Stan.
Titan's Rock.
Maybe next week.
Oh God.
We
he's
may
gonna have
see
to double
Stan as
personality.
close
I
as
am.
next week.
Oh,
I'm
beautiful.
gonna double personality
Oh my
again.
So,
God.
thank you very much for watching. Bye.
And
Bye.